This could be happening in Albania, Hungary, and we don't seem to care. Why are we looking at America? Probably because it's a fellow English-speaking country in the main. Perhaps that's something to do with it. There's a cultural closeness we've had for some time. Wherever it is in the world, if it's pastors spewing hatred and deliberate fear-mongering and getting people to vote a certain way, is it a threat to Christianity? I wouldn't say a threat to democracy. That could be for somewhere else. But is this a threat if congregations are being taught not to listen to the teachings of Jesus? Where's this going?
Any church that elevates what is happening in a society and in a culture above a very clear understanding of the message of Christ, as revealed through the scripture, as revealed by the Apostle Paul, we're moving into a problem area. I see within Christendom a drifting apart between institutional Christianity and relational Christianity. Institutional Christianity is going to be pushing this hard, heavy narrative. We are right, we do this, this is the way we are. And that will be probably based around some very strong denominational lines. Relational Christianity is going, actually, this is about the God-man Jesus, and we have the liberty to live our lives in freedom under him, because that's what he died for. And you're going to see a parting of the waves. Now, I know just from the way that I speak, there will be people who will disagree with some of my views, and that's fine. I am comfortable with people having different views to me. There are certain areas which I think we need to have common ground on, but there's many areas that we don't have to, and we can agree to differ, and I'm very comfortable with that. Other people are not, and it is my way or it is the highway, and that's not the way it should be. It will be a threat to the institution of Christianity. I don't think it will be a threat to relational Christianity, because anything that tries to squeeze Jesus out, it's like squeezing a fragrant fruit. You crush the fruit, you release the fragrance. You crush Christ, you're just going to release his fragrance. This has been the problem with societies ever since Christianity has been around. The more you try and crush relational Christianity, the more it will permeate your society. That's happened in the Roman Empire. It's happened in China today, the underground church. It happened in Eastern European churches, Romania, when that was part of the Soviet bloc. Anywhere that Christianity is crushed because of their belief in who Jesus is, the church flourishes. It's only in the West that has become big, fat, lazy and stupid and no longer follows the person who is the head of the church that we have this problem. And if you put Jesus in his central place, then it all works together.
It does seem decadent. It's similar to being on the brink of the last days of the Roman Empire, where people became so luxurious and so narcissistic. And what they're doing, if I've learned anything from you, Steve, and your language, is they're elevating their will above that of God's. They think they're better, they know better. Well, that can only end. Either they'll win, because they get enough people to believe in it, or they'll start to be ignored. I sense we're on the sea change now where the tide's going out from this nonsense. Because it is nonsense. I feel as though I can say that as a neutral observer. For me, a Christian is a person who doesn't see it as a religion but life. And you feel a duty to be a certain type to help others in need and promote the good aspects of ourselves. Well, if you're going down the line away from that, eventually people get tired of that. You can only do certain things, certain anger, certain hate for so long before people wise up to it and think, well, we've heard this before. You've been talking about this for years now and nothing seems to be happening. You're fearful of this and nothing's happened. You're going to get less people listening to it. And it's interesting in the States, there's been this rise of the nons. Since 9/11, the scandal of Catholic priests, also to do with social media. People are becoming less and less likely to say that they're Christian, which is why we're hearing more and more who's left, and it seems to be the extremist. But I wonder if, like a rubber band, see people coming back to an original understanding of what Christ was and is, the Judaic roots of Christianity. I believe in God, don't forget that, although I'm an atheist. God created the world and everything. There's no exclusion, there's no hatred. Faith should be inclusive, not exclusive. And for those who are starting to exclude others, the others are just going to start ignoring them. It's not a threat. It's a clarion call, it's a warning. But we've got enough evidence in the past to know where this would go if we don't tackle it. So I would look forward to a time where this kind of nonsense is less and less listened to. And therefore, it goes back to the fringe.
I would like to think so as well. Say the rise and fall of empires, it always happens. Sunsets on empires, as we know, always happens.